A signal unlike anything previously recorded has reached Earth, shaking the scientific community and electrifying the public with speculation. The detection was made by the 3I/Atlas project, a team already under global observation for tracking the mysterious interstellar object 3I/Atlas, the third known visitor from beyond our solar system after the famous Oumuamua and comet 2I/Borisov. What stunned researchers was not simply the presence of a radio burst, but the fact that this burst appeared to possess structure, an intentional organized shape, rather than the chaotic randomness expected from natural cosmic noise. The transmission consisted of pulses arranged according to the Fibonacci sequence, one of the most iconic numerical progressions in mathematics, one that appears everywhere from biological growth patterns to the spiral arms of galaxies. According to the initial report from the 3I/Atlas CTO on BNB chain, at 3I/Atlas_BNB, investigators observed a sequence of coordinated Fibonacci pulses, specifically 8, 13, 8, 5, 13, 8, repeating with unwavering precision. Even more astonishingly, these pulses were broadcast at 1,420 MHz, the hydrogen line, a frequency regarded by SETI researchers for decades as the most likely channel an extraterrestrial intelligence would use for communication. Hydrogen is the most universal element in the cosmos, and its emission line is a natural cosmic reference point that any advanced civilization studying radio astronomy would easily recognize. This frequency has long been called the interstellar calling channel, a theoretical universal language for civilizations attempting to reach out across the abyss of space. The idea that a structured message at exactly this frequency might originate from an interstellar object passing through our solar system has prompted both excitement and deep unease. Even more provocative was a portion of the signal that researchers claim to have partially decoded. The alleged message, short, enigmatic, and unsettling, stated, "Observe, prepare, understand. The gate awaits." Though unverified, these words have sparked a tidal wave of debate, theory crafting, fear, and fascination. Some call it a warning. Others call it an invitation. Many believe it could be nothing more than a misinterpretation or an elaborate hoax circulating through social media. Still, the fact that the signal was detected simultaneously across a geographical spread of over 15,000 kilometers drastically reduces the likelihood of equipment malfunction or local interference. Such broad, synchronized detection implies that the signal was real, powerful, and originating from well beyond Earth. Researchers examining the morphology of the bursts noted that the transmission appeared stable and deliberate, showing no variation or distortion even as 3I/Atlas rotated. In natural radio emissions from comets or asteroids, rotational tumbling usually causes noticeable fluctuations, but in this case the pulses remained constant, suggesting either an internal stabilization mechanism or an artificially controlled transmitter. If this is true, if an interstellar object emitted a controlled, intelligent message, then humanity is experiencing a moment unlike any other in history. The Fibonacci sequence itself only deepens the mystery. This pattern, beginning 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on, is a foundational element of natural design and mathematical harmony. It governs the arrangements of leaves and petals, the spirals of seashells, the shape of hurricanes, and the dynamics of galaxies. Scientists and philosophers have long considered Fibonacci numbers a universal indicator of complexity and intention. Because of this, finding such a mathematically rich sequence embedded in a cosmic transmission immediately triggers speculation about intelligence. A sequence like 8, 13, 8, 5, 13, 8 is far from random. It suggests deliberate construction, as if the sender expected the receiving civilization to recognize the pattern. Many have pointed out that Fibonacci sequences are often used in coding, encryption, and optimization algorithms, meaning that any technologically advanced species might incorporate them naturally into their communication or computational systems. Whether the sequence is a form of identification, a test, or simply a recognizable signature remains unknown. The decoded phrase adds yet another layer of complexity. Observe, prepare, understand. The gate awaits. The brevity of the message is striking, almost poetic, and its content has led to heated arguments among linguists, astrobiologists, and theorists. Some interpret observe as an instruction or request, suggesting that the sender is aware of human scientific progress and is telling us to pay attention. Prepare has been perceived by many as the most alarming word. Prepare for what? Communication? Contact? A cosmic event? Understand implies that there is meaning to uncover, a larger context humans have yet to grasp. And then the final phrase, the gate awaits. What is the gate? A physical structure? A metaphorical threshold? A technological portal? A point in space-time? Something related to 3I/Atlas itself? Or simply a mistranslation? No one knows. And that lack of understanding has only intensified the global fascination. Meanwhile, astronomers continue to study the interstellar object itself. 3I/Atlas is currently reaching its perihelion, the closest point to the Sun, at 1.36 astronomical units. At this point in its trajectory, the object lies almost directly opposite Earth, which complicates observational efforts. Once it moves out of solar glare, it will become visible again in early November, low in the dawn sky. Many researchers are urgently awaiting this window, hoping to scan the object with optical, infrared, and radio instruments to determine whether anything about its structure might suggest artificial construction. Comparisons to Oumuamua have resurfaced, particularly given astronomer Avi Loeb's controversial arguments that Oumuamua might have been a piece of alien technology due to its unusual acceleration and reflective properties. Now, with 3I/Atlas, the possibility of an extraterrestrial artifact seems, for the first time, supported by something resembling a communication signal rather than purely anomalous motion. Still, scientists caution restraint. Numerous investigators emphasize that no major observatory or recognized research institution has yet confirmed the origin of the 1,420 MHz Fibonacci bursts. SETI-affiliated teams are currently combing through their telescope logs, searching for corroboration. Without independent verification, the entire event remains in limbo, extraordinary if real, concerning if fabricated, and paradigm-shattering if partially true. Skeptics argue that the signal could be misinterpreted terrestrial interference, though the large detection area weakens that claim. Others suggest that 3I/Atlas's report could be the result of faulty instruments, miscalculated timing windows, or poor data filtering. The most extreme skeptics believe the entire incident could be part of a coordinated online publicity stunt. Yet the scientific tone of the data, the involvement of technical personnel, and the object's genuinely interstellar origin make immediate dismissal difficult. If the discovery is verified, humanity will face unprecedented philosophical, scientific, and existential questions. A message from beyond our solar system, even a short one, would confirm the existence of intelligence elsewhere in the universe. It would imply that we are not alone and perhaps never have been. It might reveal that interstellar civilizations actively explore or observe emerging technological species like ours. Some optimists argue that the gate awaits could signify an invitation, a doorway to knowledge, a threshold of understanding humanity is finally ready to cross. Others, more cautious, suggest that any unknown civilization's intentions may not align with our expectations, and that communication should be approached with extreme care. For now, the world watches and waits. Social media spreads theories by the hour, scientific journals prepare emergency review teams, and observatories worldwide race to confirm or refute the claim. Whether the signal is a misunderstood natural phenomenon, a historic first contact moment, or something entirely different, its implications are impossible to ignore. Humanity stands at the edge of one of its greatest mysteries, gazing at an object from the distant depths of space that may, or may not, have sent us a deliberate message. The universe, it seems, has spoken. Whether we understand what it is saying remains the question of the century. And whatever the gate may be, the world is already standing before it, waiting for the next signal, the next clue, the next revelation that could redefine our place in the cosmos.